I feel very wary of the government. I feel very betrayed, you know, not just because of what happened, but because of what keeps happening and where we come from and how we're living right now and how the government views us and even decides to try and help us, you know. I don't like borders. I don't believe that they should be here. They never had a border. We never had borders. We come from nomadic people that have been there since creation, you know. I try not to pay attention to politics because it's always going to be the same. Always has been. There's no change. I do have hope in the human being coming to realization that we aren't top of the food chain, that we aren't here to use and abuse not only the earth, animals, ourselves. I don't feel angry. I try not to feel angry because there's too much hate, too much anger that goes around in the world. And there's no need for that. You know, there's no need to feel anger and hate because I see what anger and hate does to people. You know, I see my own people that are angry and hateful. They turn to alcohol. Nowadays, social media, you know, is very impactful. I think social media has helped the American Indian become noticed more. 10 years ago, they weren't hearing us. We were protesting in the streets. No one gave a shit. You know what I mean? No one gave a fuck. I do this. I rap. I do hip-hop. I create films. They don't teach the real because they're ashamed of it. They're ashamed of it. They want us to be forgotten. Focus on the future. But you can't focus on the future without knowing your past. On the reservations, kids getting off and learning. Kids getting on social media and realizing and waking up to the world. You know, a young kid in Chinle, Arizona right now who probably never gets off the reservation, just like I was, gets on Facebook and sees me in Paris performing in front of the Eiffel Tower on Monday. Well, people dress up as us for Halloween all the time, so there's a lot they can learn from us. There's a lot they can learn that they don't want to learn. They push to the side. It hurts a lot of the time, you know, to see us being disrespected so badly, and they don't care. The first thing captured on camera was Indian, you know, and it was of Indian dancing. But it was all built. And to this day, it's cowboys versus Indians. Nothing's changed, man. What Hollywood does, you know, what they add to is the stereotype that we are people of the past, that we are only in the past. We're dead. The idea of the Indian has been killed. We're dead. At 1910, we were dead. There's only 200,000 of us left. Imagine that. Imagine if there's only 200,000 of people that were French left. That was us when there was 80 million a couple hundred years ago. Hollywood keeps us in the past. They keep us over here. This is how the Indian is and was and will always remain. Where's the Indian chants? Where's the feathers, the dream catchers? Look, you want to see the 21st century Indian? I'm right here. This isn't the Wild West show. This isn't Buffalo Bill. I'm not over here to entertain you with my way of life. That I've been through genocide. My grandparents were beat in boarding school for speaking their language. Therefore, they didn't teach my mom her language. And that, they didn't teach me. Tell this to your students. What if you were beaten for speaking French? Being taught that French is a bad thing. Being French is a bad thing. Hitler even made a comment about how the U.S. handled the American Indians, and that inspired him to do what he did to the Jews. But I realized I could tell a story through film, through that. Total genocide. We're still here. We take that camera, we take the social media, and we're going to make it known that we're still here. We're going to make it known that we're not going to be killed off. The last thing about us as American Indian people is that, yes, we still hold our traditional values sacred. Our ceremonies, our songs, we fought for them. Until 1978 was it illegal to even practice our way of life. I hope that I may have helped you in some way, you know, realize the American Indian, us, not one is hierarchy. The earth is sacred, the sky is sacred, the air is sacred, the water is sacred. We are not just fake feathers in our hair all the time, doing that kind of stuff. We are human beings, you know, just like you guys.